Hello friends, my name is Sushil Pandey. Welcome to my networking video series. Today topic network essential books. In this part we will talk about identifying the standard organizations and identifying the wiring standard for an Ethernet network and wireless networking. That's all. Let's start networking standard.
Networking standards. Networking standards define sets of rules and regulations for designing and implementing networks. These standards are defined by global organizations and universally accepted by hardware and software vendors across the world. Communication on computer networks must conform to networking standards. For each kind of wired or wireless network, there are standards of data communication, which must be followed universally to allow communication among devices with different hardware and software specifications. This chapter discusses the different standards organizations. In addition, it explains wired and wireless networking standards. Objective. In this chapter, you will learn to identify standards organizations. Identify wiring standards for an Ethernet network. Identify wireless networking standards. Identifying standards organizations. In the initial years of data communication, hardware vendors that manufactured networking devices followed their own proprietary rules for specifications, such as those for data speed and hardware voltage. Many manufacturers monopolized the data communications industry by using their own principles and algorithms, which other vendors would not be able to understand and use. Different principles and algorithms posed limitations on communication among hardware devices because to be able to communicate, the devices must share common specifications. Therefore, communication was not possible in a network that comprised of multiple devices manufactured by different vendors. To understanding ISO. ISO is a global organization responsible for developing international standards for trade in products and services. The standards developed by ISO are accepted and followed worldwide by manufacturers and service providers. ISO was formed in 1947 when 25 countries came together and initiated a unified process of facilitating and coordinating common standards for industrialization worldwide. Now, ISO comprises 3,335 technical bodies that have members from 164 countries who work toward developing unified standards. Coordination among the ISO technical bodies and members is managed by the ISO Central Secretariat located in Geneva, Switzerland. ISO has defined and published more than 19,000 standards in categories such as technology, trade, and manufacturing. The most important and significant standard developed for the networking industry is OSI. OSI, developed in 1984, has changed the way data is exchanged among diverse devices. Understanding IEEE. IEEE, which is pronounced IEEE, is the largest professional association that provides technical assistance for technological innovations. IEEE has more than 400,000 members in more than 160 countries. IEEE aids the global technical audience through its technology standards, publications, professional and educational activities, and conferences. IEEE has also developed international standards in the field of information technology, telecommunications, and power generation products and services. Of all the standards developed by IEEE, the most significant are IEEE 802.x standards for networking. Understanding ANSI. ANSI is a private not-for-profit organization that manages the formation, announcement, and usage of standards, norms, and guidelines for almost all the industries in the United States. It is also responsible for coordination of the U.S. standards for products and services with those of the international standards. This is to enable the global use of products worldwide. For example, it ensures that the laptop purchased in one country, such as the United States, can be serviced anywhere across the globe, by invoking a global warranty on the laptop. ANSI was founded in 1918 and comprises a wide range of members that are from different companies, internationally. Understanding EIA/TIA. EIA was a trade organization involved in developing standards for electronics manufacturers in the United States. It developed standards to ensure that the devices manufactured by different vendors are compatible and can be used even if they are interchanged. However, EIA ceased its operations on February 11, 2011, although its different sectors are still operational. Understanding the IETF. The IETF is a large, open group of technical professionals comprising network designers, researchers, hardware vendors, and operators. This community works toward ensuring smooth operation of the Internet and evolution of the Internet's technological development. The technical work of the IETF is bifurcated into several areas that cater to such as security, transport, general, application, Internet, operations and management, real-time applications and infrastructure, and routing. Based on the topics for which research and development are going on, different working groups are created. The final work submitted by these working groups becomes the standard and is published as Request for Comments, RFC. The working groups communicate mostly through mailing lists. However, the IETF also organizes 3 meetings per year. Identifying Ethernet standards. Connectivity of devices is possible by ensuring the different standards of data communications. Depending on an organization's needs, a network can be connected by using either a wired or a wireless transmission medium. Regardless of the type of transmission medium employed, each approach of network connectivity has defined standards, which are followed universally. To connect. Identifying wired network standards. Consider the scenario of A1B1 Technologies, which deals in software development. The organization is based in the United States and has a global clientele. As part of its expansion plan, the organization wants to set up 3 branch offices, one each in Canada, Texas, and Ohio. To set up. Understanding IEEE 802.x Ethernet standards. IEEE 802.x standards are used for interconnection of devices in a LAN or a MAN. These standards operate at the data link and physical layers of the OSI model. This is because the 802 family of standards defines services and protocols that map to these 2 layers of the OSI model. Basic communication in LANs and MANs is packet-based. This means that the unit of data transmission is a stream of data bits stored as packets, which may be of different sizes. Understanding 10BASE Ethernet standards. 10BASE Ethernet standards or specifications are cabling standards for media access in a network. These standards are used to specify the type, speed, and media for signals over a network. When data is transmitted from the sender node to the receiver node, it is converted into bits. These bits travel through the transmission medium, such as a cable, at a speed defined for the cable as per Ethernet standards. Understanding fast Ethernet standards. IEEE created a family of 802.x standards that supports data transmission rates at 100 Mbps. It is named under 802.3u and is also compatible with the standard Ethernet. Fast Ethernet cables are further divided into Fast Ethernet copper cables and Fast Ethernet fiber optic cables. Fast Ethernet has the following specifications. Understanding Gigabit Ethernet standards. Data transmission rates more than 1000 Mbps are part of the Gigabit Ethernet standards, defined as part of IEEE 802.3z standards. It supports data transmission over Ethernet and fiber optic channels and is categorized based on the number of wires as Introducing wireless networks. Consider the scenario of A1B1 Technologies, which deals in software development. The organization sets up its branch office in Ohio, but the office interiors provide no scope for laying down network cables. In addition, the organization wants to enable network connectivity on a diverse range of devices, such as smartphones, laptops, and iPads. This is to ensure that employees who are on the move are always connected to the campus, regardless of their location. Identifying a WLAN. In a wireless network, data is transmitted between nodes through RF waves. Wireless data signals are carried, which transmits electromagnetic waves in a wireless network. As data signals are carried by air, there is no fixed path for the signals to traverse across the wireless network. Therefore, it is important to set up a wireless network, which is secure and loop-free. A simple and small wireless network can be set up in ad hoc mode when a wireless connection is established between two devices that have a wireless NIC. However, in an organization, a proper wireless setup is required for seamless connectivity and security of data being transmitted across the network. Communication in a wireless network has the following properties. Understanding WLAN architecture. Wireless networks can be connected in any layout and are not restricted by the cabling system. For example, when a computer is directly connected to another computer or laptop, an ad hoc wireless network is formed. However, when the same computer is connected to a special device that helps in wireless communication, then it is called an infrastructure-based wireless network. The architecture of a WLAN consists of the following components. Station. Exploring wireless antennas. Wireless devices communicate with each other using antennas. However, antennas for different wireless devices differ in terms of their power output, frequency, and patterns of transmitting and receiving electromagnetic waves. Antennas are configured for the following types of wireless technology. The IEEE 802.11 standard is dedicated to wireless LANs. From the time it originated, there has been much advancement in the networking industry. Therefore, there are multiple 802.11 standards that define how data signals are transmitted. These are